Every day, 24/7, 365, there are fraudsters out there trying to get our green, guys. I'm one lucky fellow. Ooh, what a lucky man I am. Because if you read my emails, it turns out that there is a relative of mine that passed away recently. Never even met him, but as long as I give my bank account, I'm going to entitle like $1.2 million. And my email has also won a lottery. And I never even entered a contest. It's a good thing I'm getting this money. Because there's a woman, she's in horrible pain. She's in Peru and she's had a botched surgery. She needs to have another surgery to help fix it and get healthy. And, you know, I'm not born yesterday. I'm not just going to send money down. But she's offered to be indebted to me for life, so it sounds like a good trade. Obviously, none of these things ever work out. But all too often, it pays off for some of these fraudsters. People are the unwitting victims of some of these things. That's the nature of these Ponzi scams. What they do is they take the money from the new investors and they parcel it out sort of as payments or interest you've made or returns that you're receiving to the original investors, to the older ones, right? And it keeps these things afloat for a long time. Bernie Madoff conducted the mother of all Ponzi scams. I won't spend a whole lot of time on it because you know it, it's more recent. $50 billion with a big B dollars. 2 decades did he continue this thing. I mean, that's a scam. And lots of people that you'd never imagine were caught up in this thing. Like the New York Law School. Like a bunch of international banks. You would think a bunch of international banks would have appropriate due diligence, right? Like Larry King, the talk show host, Sandy Koufax, the baseball pitcher, Kira Sedgwick, and Kevin Bacon, and even the master of illusion himself, movie director Steven Spielberg, all caught up in this thing. Government can't stop these things. I mean, this isn't about another regulation, another rule, another law. This is about consumer education. That's the only way we're going to deal with these things. We had 32 cases just this last year, in 2011, 32 cases. That's up 45% from last year. The year before that, 2009, we had 29 cases, and we thought that's got to be the height of it. It couldn't get higher than that. Now, that's just our little agency. The SEC also, since 2008, in 2009 and in 2010, saw a doubling in the number of cases, Ponzi cases, they're going after. And the FBI is looking at over 1,000 inquiries with regard to Ponzi scams. 1,000. It's Ponzimonium out there. People are being taken advantage of all the time. And the real key to combating it, as I said, is education. I've written this book, Ponzimonium, How Scam Artists Are Ripping Off America. And it's not a book that I make any money off of or the agency makes any money off of. It's printed by the government printing office, and it's not a big, long tail. But it does tell the story of 10 Ponzi cases from 2009 that I thought were very interesting. And I try to tell these stories in a way that doesn't sound like it's from a government bureaucrat. And I use a lot of pictures, too. And the pictures are pretty cool. The pictures involve a lot of the luxuries that these con artists, these swindlers, what the things they bought with other people's money. Lamborghinis, mansions, yachts, jewelry, etc. It's just crazy what people do with other people's money. Be very wary if anybody comes to you. Whether or not it's an email, whether or not it's a phone call, be very concerned. If you sought the information, that's another thing. But be very wary of that. If anybody says, you've got to keep this quiet, this is a secret, or you're special and it's only for you, another big red flag. If they say you have to act now, don't know if any of you have ever been to a timeshare presentation. You know, you got to do it right now. The offer goes away. Run for the hills, guys. Any legitimate business will allow you to think about a decision, where you put your hard-earned money. They'll provide information to you, written information to you. You should ask if they're registered with any entity. If they say, no, we don't need no stinking regulation, we don't have any of that, question it, check it out. You can phone cftc.gov. You can go on websites like I've talked about earlier and check it out. The other thing I've included in the book is an investor's checklist. Now, this investor's checklist is something that people should look at before they put money any place. And unlike the healthcare concerns that we have about pandemics, we can do something about it. We can write a book. We can talk to people. You can go to mymoney.gov, the government website that teaches you all about financial literacy. You can go to Amazon and get Ponzimonium, How Scam Artists Are Ripping Off America. You can tell people about it. Because it's out there all the time, guys. We got to stop the Ponzimonium.